is being ridiculous. So, in this video, you have multiple days of my food, Dina's food, maybe some clips of me talking. I honestly don't even know. I know it's the 12th, it's Super Bowl Sunday. I've kind of been out of it this week. I've had so many errands, so much to do, so much house cleaning that making videos have been very, very hard. And we will discuss a little weigh-in. Let me go ahead. If you're new to my channel, this is my weight loss journey on keto. I lost tons of weight on keto. Sorry, I got cat hair. Cat was on me just now and it is flying in my eyes. So I lost tons of weight on keto. My highest ever is 434. My keto weight starting was 368. Got down into the 157s. Got back on January 1st at 226.8 because I went off keto for 3 months and I was already at 180 because getting the C word raised me and I think it messed me up. I'm actually trying to find a doctor to test me for Hashimoto's because all the symptoms I have been having seems to point straight to that. And they thought I had it years ago before keto, but keto fixed so much that my test results kept coming back negative. So that being said, let me go ahead and show you what's happened during the week and then we'll have a little chit chat. Okay, it is 4 p.m. and I am taking my blood glucose and ketones. I just woke up. I had a really rough night. I couldn't sleep at all. So it has been almost 24 hours since I ate. And let's see, my glucose is up to 90. It wasn't that 3 a.m. Kitties, don't fight. Mommy's just trying to take her blood. Okay, now ketones. Hey. Alright, the funny thing is, at 3 a.m., it was so much better. And I wasn't fasted like this. I was fast, you know, I had been hours since I had eaten. I had eaten at 4, so it had been 11 hours. But I was actually in low GKI. I'm not in GKI. I don't even have to look. I know this. So it's funny. I've always said the longer I go fasting, the zero ketones I get, and the higher my sugar goes. Alright, I think I've made too much food. It is 6 p.m. This will be my first meal of the day. I just had a collagen coffee, so I ended up having a 24.5-hour fast. I got really nauseous and shaky. We'll talk about that later. But these are the hamburger patties I did in the Ziploc bags as a square. They worked perfectly on my little smoker. I have a tablespoon of mayonnaise, some mustard, just 2 slices of tomato, a tiny bit, like less than a cup of iceberg lettuce, a couple of pickles, and we're gonna see how much I can eat because that is a lot, y'all. Like, I'm not used to eating that much. And yes, this is not a big plate. I don't really eat on big plates. I always eat on like salad plates. So we'll see how much I get through. Also, I forgot to mention there's 3 ounces of Munster cheese on it, because this one has the Munster cheese, and then there's the patty underneath that is covered in it as well. This is why OMAD doesn't really work for me so great, because I can't get another bite in, y'all. So I got 1/4 of the burger down. What's in it, honey? I don't know.
Olive, pepper jack cheese,
Eggs.
and
Cabbage mix.
Cabbage mix, and that's about it.
Y'all, I am starving. Starving. Yesterday, okay, it is 7:37 right now. So yesterday, all I ate is exactly that little bit that I showed you. I didn't get hungry until around 3:30 in the morning, and I didn't want to eat that late, so I didn't let myself eat that late. And then we had errands to do, and I've been having a little issue with my stomach getting a little upset after I eat, like having to run to the bathroom. So I was scared to eat all day because we had errands all day. Y'all, when I'm telling you I haven't eaten nothing, and I only had half of a coffee today, I am dying of hunger. Like, I am so hungry, I almost didn't even film myself making any food because I'm starving. So I am trying it with different amounts because I'm hungry and we're going to eat more than usual. We are having a keto pancake from Keto Chow. So I have 5 whole eggs, because I went way low calories yesterday. A teaspoon of grass-fed unflavored gelatin. One problem, I didn't eat so much yesterday. Not only was I not hungry, but I really didn't like the taste of my hamburgers without pickles and the bacon bits all chopped up inside of it. It's like the only way I like it, except I really did love Red Robin's one. Okay, so let me get my little whisk. Get this egg and gelatin in here going. You can also use xanthan gum, and that's what I used to use until I saw Wendy do it with gelatin. I got a little less than a tablespoon of butter browning in here. I have a 1/4, well, it's 1.5 ounce of cream cheese, almost 2 ounces, a little. We're just going to stick that in here. Okay. My cream cheese. I softened it in the microwave for a few seconds. I don't mind the cream cheese having pieces, like little kernels, or whatever the word is I'm looking for, because it'll taste good. All right. My little monk fruit allulose cinnamon blend. Just gonna put to taste. Maple syrup drops instead of using any major amounts of syrups. I'm gonna do 4, I think, since we have so many eggs. And LeConte monk fruit extract drops vanilla. Just gonna sprinkle some in. I am not counting, y'all, at all. I am not worried because I've been only doing 1 meal a day. I'm not worried about calories. There's no way I would ever go over calories with this. It's just not possible. All right, so let me measure out my Keto Chow. And yes, I'm doing my snickerdoodle. I'm gonna need to order more. It is my favorite. My favorite is the pecan sticky bun, but I need to try it one more time because I do find it a little funny that I got that weird pin breakout the day after I ate it. But I'm not saying it's that, but I need to make sure it's not that before I go eat tons of it. So we're going with snickerdoodles. Okay, let me make sure I'm doing the weighing part because I threw out my scoops. So 45.6 grams would be 1. Now we're going to tear it off because I am going with 1.5. So we're going to go with about 23. So I did the 45 and then 23 grams of snickerdoodle. Okay, that is almost the brownness I want. Fold this in a little before I go and make a big mess. Might have to add some water. The normal ratio, I always add a 1/4 cup of water, but I've never done it this ratio. The other way I do it normally is my favorite. Let me go and get some water. One reason I'm recording it, and that was 1/3 cup, is in case I like this ratio, I'll have a copy of the ratio I used. So 1.5 servings of keto chow. That is a lot of gelatin. I usually use 1/4 to 1/2, but I am using more keto chow. I am using more of everything. All right, now I normally take this down thinner, but we're not going to. This is good. I have no clue how many this is gonna make. And I'm very hungry, but watch when I start eating, I can't eat it all. All right, I need a tiny bit more cinnamon stuff. Just go ahead and sprinkle some here. So I've cut down skinny syrup like amazing. If you watched my video about the 1st of February, I said that how I was in shock to find that I used 15 bottles of skinny syrup in 3 weeks. So I've cut down to only in my coffee 1 tablespoon, and I have only been having 1 or 2 coffees a day. So I am down to 2 tablespoons of skinny syrup a day, which is nothing, y'all, nothing. So I'm very proud of myself. I thought I was gonna have more issues with that, because I normally drink it in water, but right now I'm just drinking water plain. It does taste a little funky, but I'm getting used to it. One reason I became very addicted to skinny syrup and tons of salt and lots of dill is, 1, I still can't taste all the flavors out there. 2, a lot of stuff tastes dead to me or like blood. Since getting the C word in January a year ago, my tastes have not come back properly. So I use it a lot to hide that nasty taste. So yeah, I say so a lot. Now I'm just gonna fry these up. I have no clue how many they are gonna make. We're just gonna keep making them. I'm gonna stack them all on my plate. Probably use this plate. No, that's never gonna fit. Let's see. Definitely want like a bowl type plate. We'll use this one. This will probably take a while. Heat my water up so I can fill my sink to wash my dishes. This year I kind of did a few changes. Like, instead of using a dishwasher, I decided to go for a year on washing dishes by hand to see if it changes any of my anxiety, any issues like that, okay, when I use my dishwasher, it sucks at drying dishes. All right, and then the whole dishwasher is like all wet inside and steamy, and you can't keep the dishes closed inside there because they won't dry. You can't keep them open for days because they're so soaking wet and so like steamy for some reason. It takes days to dry. But so I was having tons of dishes all the time because it would take 2 days for them to dry. Then a whole new loaf for 2 whole days had just backed up, and it was a nightmare for 2 years now with Dino living here. But now I've learned if I do them by hand, as soon as I'm done cooking, wash them, And I'm using the dishwasher as a drying rack. The top one, I just open it up. And then I wash Dino's immediately after he's done eating or cooking. So nothing needs to be sitting. Nothing's like got anything stuck on it. They dry before I go to bed and I can put them away. I don't know why when they go through a dishwasher, it doesn't work that way. Maybe because there's so many dishes in there. I don't know. So, that is like, and before I wasn't doing it because I was always told it saves electricity to just pile them all up in a dishwasher, believe it or not, because you're not using as much hot water all the time. And it's, I don't know. I don't see much of a difference in my electric bill for that part. This, I probably should wait a few more minutes. Nope, that's perfect. So that is like one of my New Year's resolutions, to try doing it by hand to see if that makes less chaos in my life, and it actually has made extreme less chaos. And doing them by hand right away is kind of therapeutic. I know that sounds weird. When I used to do my own dishes, I always thought it was therapeutic, but doing mine and Dino's, all his mess, like I could do mine and Haley's with no problem, but then his, because I made him use this pan last night because he's like, I'm going to use the other frying pan because I need a bigger one. So I'm going to be buying a bigger one. And I'm like, because he's doing eggs, I'm like, no, because that other pan you have broke. The non-stick does not exist. Those eggs I have to scrape off for days to kingdom come, so that those pans will be thrown away soon. I'm like, no. So he used this and it slipped right out of it. I wiped it down, let it cool off, and then washed it. Like, no. These are our best friends, y'all. These copper pans are our best friend in the world. Oh, let me show you what came in today. They got little, I gotta make sure it doesn't spill the foam. I gotta wash them. My vinegar and olive oil little bottles came in today, and they will be washed soon so I can fill it up. They match my little salt and pepper, and they technically match my little butter dish. Which I'm not using right now because I have it over in the fridge that I am using for my my coffees, because I've been putting butter back in my coffee. So I just cut it up perfectly in that container and have it in the coffee door, the coffee fridge, basically the protein drink fridge and coffee stuff. So that's why right this minute I have a stick of butter on the counter, which I'm probably gonna, it's easier when cooking to do it this way because of Dino and everything, and he complains. Now, if the butter dish was left on the counter like I wanted to do originally, it would be perfect, y'all. It would just, like, get it out so easily. But I fell in love with it so much, and I was like, this would be perfect for my coffee area. I can pre-cut them, and it's so pretty. So that's where my pretty butter dish is. I know I'm rattling, completely rattling because I'm so hungry. Y'all, I am so hungry. I cannot wait to eat. And yes, this is going to be way high fattier meal than lately, because I will be putting butter in between them, some on top. I'm debating on a tiny bit of syrup, but I don't know. We will see. The syrup doesn't really bother me, but usually this tastes so good I don't need the syrup. Let's see, because this is a totally different ratio, so. Okay. And tiny more eggy. It doesn't need syrup at all, y'all. And when I mean eggy, I don't mean taste. I mean a little more like a scrambled egg texture versus not. I don't really know how to explain it. You know, when you add a little more egg, it adds a different texture than less egg. But y'all, that's perfect. That is perfect. Flipping big ones have never been my thing. So yummy. Just let this side cook. Alright, I will show you when it's done and let you know how many I made. I'm too hungry, so yes, I'm standing here eating the other one. I don't know if y'all can see this, but right here, this is why I don't mind the cream cheese clumping up like that, because it gives me little spots with cream cheese, and that's my favorite thing. All right, one of the best parts about this pan is I've added no more butter. It's still the same amount this whole time. And it's just spreading between all of them perfectly. Also, I'm not putting butter on each layer. I've tasted them by themselves and they're perfect. They don't need butter added. They don't need anything. If you're worried about my fat with keto chow, eggs. Eggs have plenty of fat. I'm using the whole egg. Cream cheese has plenty of fat. So I'm getting more than enough fat for the day right here. So this one's almost done. We'll see if I go through it all, but y'all, I'm so hungry I might just go through it all. Like, seriously. So I forgot I probably need a thumbnail. So I have put a half a tablespoon of butter, and we're gonna do like 1 serving of Choc Zero. It doesn't really need it, but I need a thumbnail. And they just don't look so good without a little shine to them in the thumbnail. So I ate every single bite and 2 kosher pickle spears. So I had a total of 18 total carbs today, 900 and something calories. I don't know, let me check the fat, hold on. And 61 fat. So my fat is exactly where I want it to be. My carbs are where I want it to be. I normally don't eat carbs that high. However, it was in keto chow, so I look at it differently. I was starving, y'all. Starving. Because there has been nothing that I've been able to finish for the last 4 days, 5 days, other than Red Robin. Red Robin really filled me up that night for 2 days straight almost. Like, I barely could put anything in my stomach. I ate it all, y'all. So that's 1.5 scoops of keto chow, 5 friggin' eggs. I put in that I had 3 tablespoons of cream cheese just in case it was over, because I was more like going by the measurements on the cream cheese package. So I just went ahead and put that I had 3. I added that I had 2 tablespoons of butter, which I didn't have to, but we're going with it because, you know, I put a little on top for the decoration and a little in between, and then it was in the pan. Let's see. Of course, my coffees. I had 1 coffee, but I went ahead and put them having 2 coffees. If I don't have it, then all those macros will drop drastically. And yeah, I can't believe I ate that all in one sitting, because now I'm really, really full, but I was starving. Like, Dino hasn't even ate yet, and it's after 9, so he's got to find some food. It is Friday the 10th. It is 6 p.m. I'm hungry. I'm going to eat my leftover hamburger that I cooked 2 nights ago, that I barely ate. I just stuck in the microwave. I added a little bit of pickle and 2 tablespoons of bacon crumbs that came in the mail yesterday. Might add a little more mustard, but let's see if I can get through it this time. Here you go. I don't know what it is. You know, this way.
So this is sweet bell peppers, green onions, pumpkin seeds, a dash, 2.5 tablespoons of soy sauce for flavor, and whatever noodles this was. Shiitake noodles, and 4 eggs, and then I just made a stir fry out of it. And I put a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I don't put too much salt because I don't like salt that much. But, and just in case you guys are wondering, this is a small fork. Okay, it's not a big one, so it's not giant. I like small forks because it makes you, I'm gonna eat half of this, and it makes your brain think that you're eating more than what you are when you have something small. At least for me, I'm eating half of that, and pretty much that's it. With the soy sauce, it is awesome.
He does 1 meal a day, and it's 8 p.m. Y'all, I don't know why I did not buy this sooner. It was worth the whole $30-something, but I got for like 23. Check this out. No straining. I've already done 4 ounces. No straining, y'all. There's no straining involved. This is my favorite kitchen gadget, and it all comes apart to wash. Wendy and Harry was totally right. This thing is like amazing. Fine cheese. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I'm so excited because I am lazy, and I've been hurting myself doing cheese all this time. And look, it's fine. I can never find one that does fine. Y'all, it's so easy too. I'm so excited.
Okay, put your finger in it and turn it.
No way, you're evil. He's so mean to me.
You done?
But yeah, yep, it just comes apart, and now we're gonna wash it.
There we go, it pops all out.
Alright, so the number on the scale is basically still, after all these weeks, just floating, teeter-tottering, going back and forth, slide back and forth of the same 3 numbers. Literally. 217, 214. I hit 212 the other day, but then back up to 217 the very next day, and that's during the fast when I didn't eat for 20-something hours. So, we're just going to make something I was making a lot in December, I think it was. Yes, it's keto, my only meal. I'm starving. It is 9 o'clock at night. My life gets very hectic, and I don't have time to eat. Like, I came home, had to take care of the cats, order some stuff for my dad, do some stuff from them. Then I had to wash dishes from yesterday, let Dino cook his food, wash his dishes, clean the kitchen back up so I could use it. And then I was pressure cooking the cat's chicken when I decided I'm going to eat that too, because my chicken I had in the fridge was actually bad other than this one. So we had to wait for it all to be finished pressure cooking. And it just finished. So pressure cooked chicken, nothing on it at all. Just pressure cook it with 1 cup of water. So got me about maybe 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm not measuring. And I got some broccoli in the microwave right now, steaming it up. So we're gonna brown this. You probably already know what I'm cooking. If you've watched any of my videos in December, I ate this a lot, but I was doing it in the oven. But I am being very lazy because I am very hungry and I don't have time to sit and wait for it all to bake in the oven, which it does taste better in the oven in my opinion. I get that yummy crispiness on the cheese. It's like so good as a casserole. But this is called fast and easy. So I did this a lot, pressure cooking chicken for me and the cats. In December, so that I would always have this, like I would just warm it up in the microwave a teeny tiny bit just to get the chill off of it when it had been in the fridge, and then some broccoli, and then I was making casseroles too that I just had to warm up. So I'm gonna get this melted. The things you'll need is butter because it makes it taste better. We're gonna get it a little brown too. Your broccoli or cauliflower, go ahead. I buy frozen, so it's in the microwave. Unfortunately, I have no plain, so I am using Green Giant with a cheese sauce. So the carbs will be a little higher than normal because it has the cheese sauce. It'd still be under 20 total carbs for the day though. I got my quarter cream cheese. So I think this is about, let me see. Let's see how much it weighs. I'm thinking 2 ounces. 2 ounces exactly. I'm getting really good at that stuff. So we got 2 ounces of cream cheese we'll be using. We have the shredded cheese I just made that we will be using. And bacon crumbles from Sam's Warehouse. I forgot how good Sam's was and I just ordered some from Costco. But this is probably my favorite. I think I like these better than Costco's. And they have a bit of a different taste, each one. I think it's just what I'm in the mood for. I'll probably get Costco's again and be like, oh no, Costco's is my favorite once it gets here. They just taste differently from each other. So, I'm going to turn this heat down just a tiny bit so it can brown better. Wait, I have at least 3 to 4 minutes on the broccoli in the microwave. I am going to go ahead and throw the cream cheese in here though while that's browning so that can cook down. Go ahead and mix it. Yeah, I'm so hungry I don't even know if I will wait for it to brown. Let's get this going. This sauce, oh yummy. Okay, green onions would be amazing in here, but I cannot have onions of any kind. So this is going to be a high fat dish. I have been doing a lower fat keto, lower carb keto, very low, normal carb keto, so 20 total carbs or less. A very low fat and low calorie keto all week long. So it is a higher fat day. I'm not really sure if that will make it a higher carb day. Not carb, crap, yo, I cannot. I cannot talk. I cannot function. My brain is just not working right. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is I'm not sure if it'll make it a higher calorie day or not. I have been struggling to even get to 1,200 calories a day. Hey, everyone go play. Go play, little monsters. Okay. This is curdling up a little more than I wanted, but that's just because there's so much butter, probably. Should have probably just melted it down first. Alright, yep, not waiting for it to brown. I am so hungry, I cannot think straight. Alright, we're going to use the 1 tablespoon instead of my 2 one. I'm going to go ahead, we're doing 3 tablespoons. That's 2, 3. 3 tablespoons of my bacon crisps, crumbles, whatever you call them. I want to fry these up a little. So if I eat the whole bag of the broccoli, which I'm probably not going to, we'll see in a second, that is 14 total carbs for that. 10 net carbs. So put a little bit of cheese in here. Not a whole lot, just a little. Never cooked it this way in these steps. Never used this much butter either. Let's go ahead and throw more cheese in it. Okay, now chicken. This might be way too much chicken. We'll see in a second. Just going to start taking it apart. I pressure cook it long enough that it basically falls apart. I had to wait for it to cool down so I didn't burn my fingers off too. Okay, so now, yeah, I did way too much chicken. That's enough right there. Still out of dill because I haven't been anywhere to buy any. So I'm going to use a little of my rotisserie chicken seasoning. Okay. Go. Then I am going, let's get this off the stove before that gets too hot. I'm going to use a little bit of my ranch, oh my spice. So this has no maltodextrin or anything. I prefer other brands, but they all have maltodextrin. So just a little of that, a little white pepper. I'll be really careful, this thing just flies. A little Himalayan salt. What if I ever go through all my Himalayan salt, which I have tons about a big container, then I'll probably switch to Redmond's, Redmond's, whatever, Redmond's real salt. But I have so much of it. Okay. Let me see. Let me put the chicken in the bucket I normally store chicken in. That was way too much. Alright, now we are going to open. Get some knife. Open my broccoli. That is really not a lot in there. Might actually leave it off. Let's just use it all. I've done so good all week. It's just would put me at 14 total carbs. I didn't pour all the cheese sauce out. I left a lot in the bag. Oh, great. I was trying to lift this and the arm came right out of its thing. There we go. Gonna crisp it up a tiny bit. Now I'm gonna throw in about 1.5 ounces of cheese probably. So this had 8 ounces in it. I barely even touched any of it, but we did use 2 ounces of cream cheese. So there, that's enough. Put this away before it starts melting. So, it's really a fast meal if you already have your chicken done. So you can use any canned meat. You can use canned chicken. If you really want to go super fast, grab your canned chicken, put it in here. If you do shredded carrots, green onions, anything like that, mushrooms would be really yummy in this. Yeah, I think this is a lot of food here. I think my eyes are bigger than my stomach can handle. We will see. There's a guarantee I'm not eating all this. I start eating. The only thing I seem to be able to eat with no problem is my keto child pancakes. I can eat all of that sucker that I make. Like, I have no issue down in all of that. Okay. Let's pull you down into the light better. There we go. Look at that. Look at that yumminess. It's time to eat. Yeah, it's all gone. I forgot to record. I took some chicken breast, a little bit of mayonnaise, some cheese and bacon crumbles, and a little mustard, salt, and pepper, and yes, white pepper, and made me like a chicken salad. And what's today's date? I don't know. It's Super Bowl Sunday. I know that much. Oh, it's the 12th. Okay, no matter what I do, since like the second week of January, and it is now almost the second week of February, the numbers on the scale aren't moving. They're just teeter-tottering to, was the highest was 217, but today I was 219. 219. Y'all, yeah, okay. This makes no sense. So I'm teeter-tottering between 219 and 212. It makes no sense. I am doing major fasting, like intermittent fasting, some days 20 something hours, 24 hours. I am doing 1,300 calories max, some days 600 calories. I'm keeping my body guessing like you're supposed to. I am normally 10 net carbs or under. The highest I've been any has been 21, not net carbs, 10 total carbs are under. The highest it's been is 21 total carbs when I had 2 keto chows in a day, or a keto chow and a half. So what the heck is going on? And it has been 12 days. 12 days with only 2 to 3, most of those days have only been 2 tablespoons of skinny syrup. Y'all, I was drinking a crap load of skinny syrup, like 15 bottles in 3 weeks. I was expecting a whoosh, okay? I was expecting something. I wasn't expecting that it's just doing this on the same. And no, my inches have not budged since the first. Like, nothing. I've actually gotten higher in inches. My stomach is actually extremely swollen. I had thought that time of the month was coming, but it didn't actually come. Because I was having a lot of cramping. I know a lot of y'all said that's, you know, that just means my cycles are getting back to normal. Yay. No. I have an IUD. I'm not supposed to get that time of the month. And I'm definitely not supposed to cramp. Ever. So, I don't know what was going on there. I actually thought, because the cramping I got so horribly bad, like severe labor cramping, and it was coming in drones, I was worried my body was pushing out my IUD. But it seems to be where it's supposed to be, because some people have issues with it. That's what happens. So, but my weight isn't budging. which is so weird. So I started doing like down a rabbit hole, investigating all kind of stuff, and that is what is leaning me towards, do I have Hashimoto's and I'm just not diagnosed? Because none of it's making sense at all. I can go down in weight, and 2 days later I'm shooting up higher than I was down. Like, I don't get it. There's nothing I'm doing wrong at all. Nada. I am not eating too much fat, and don't come at me saying I'm not eating enough fat, because that is not true. That's called internet keto or epilepsy keto. Weight loss keto, you do not need to eat all that fat, okay? You don't believe me? Go look at Dr. Eric Westman. There is not a doctor on YouTube or anywhere that I would trust more than Dr. Eric Westman. If you want to lose fat, your body needs to eat itself. That is his theory. That is what I've said all along, and it is true. And maybe I'm not doing enough energy and I need to lower my fat even lower. Because before your body is going to eat itself, it's going to eat the fat that you put in it. Okay? If you have a fatty morning coffee full of butter, it's going to eat that. So it's got to use all that up. So yes, if you're a bodybuilder or you're working out all the time, or you are a construction worker, or you have some physical activity you do constantly, yes, you probably burn through all that and burn through your own body fat. Me, on the other hand, no, my physical activity is like 8,000 plus steps a day walking, and then 30 minutes to an hour on a VR headset. Okay, like Beat Saber, you know, dance things. And it isn't every single day, because I have been very dizzy and I can't do it when I'm dizzy. So maybe I'm eating too much fat, because a lot of days have been around 60. Maybe I need to lower it back down to 45, because I need it to eat itself. But I never want to go under 35. I've done a lot of research, and you really need that fat for your brain, for your vessels, all that kind of stuff. You need a minimum of 35 a day. So that's why I don't like to really go under 45. 30 if I'm doing a protein spray modified fast day, which I'm kind of thinking maybe I should start incorporating. Now, I did also, in the research, realize I have been eating way, because I've been tracking, I've been eating also way under my protein a day. And if you don't eat enough protein, you can't lose weight either. If you're stressed out, you can't lose weight either. If you have high cortisol levels, which I do, you can't lose weight either. If you're not getting enough sleep, you can't lose weight either. Get where I'm going here? There could be 1,000 things making this not work. And I have to figure out which of those 1,000 things, or is it all of them? Is it all of them? Okay, doesn't mean the diet's not working. It means something with me is making it not work. And this is where I was last summer, stuck in the 180s. And then the doctor said, because my heartburn was extremely bad, let's go off keto for a while. I took it too far, because I was so depressed that my weight wasn't moving. I just continued off keto down a horrible rabbit hole of food, of, yes, I counted calories, but I did not count my carbs, and my weight jumped insanely, which is my fault. My fault. I am taking responsibility for that, and that is why I'm taking responsibility for everything I eat, and I'm accounting for every single thing I eat or drink. Everything. I've also been very cloudy, nasty weather the last few days, which puts me in a slump. Very bad slump. I just get a little depressed, and then I have Dino. You're only depressed if you let yourself be depressed, and you can tell yourself not to be, and blah, blah, blah. That drives me insane. I hate people who believe that way. I hate people who believe that you can control your ADHD by just thinking. He doesn't believe that there's any kind of mental health out there, or any kind of ADHDs, or anything that you can't control by your brain, including having an illness. He thinks if you tell your body you're not sick, and you won't have that illness because you just told yourself you're not going to have it. And you need, I will never believe that crazy illness. He wants to believe it, that's fine. But don't tell me I'm wrong, because I don't believe that way. You want to believe that way? I just leave me alone about it, because that is not true. If you wake up and you are, say, PMSing in a very BICTH mood, and you try all day long and you say, I don't want to be in this mood, guess what? That doesn't help you get out of that mood. Sorry, just doesn't. If you're very sad and you just, or down, I haven't even crying. Like, it's not bad. It's just I'm down. It's nasty, cold, wet. You can't go outside and do anything. I'm stuck in this boring house. And how am I going to be hyper and happy? And I don't even know what he wants from me. Like, I can't tell my brain, oh, be excited. You're stuck in a house and there's no sun and there's 8 cats and a boyfriend who drives you up the effing wall. Yeah. No. Yes, I'm in a little better mood today, even though it's absolutely horrifying outside. But I've gone down the rabbit hole of all these, things being boom-boomed out of the sky. So I've been researching all day, and I love researching. But it's also hard to research this week because he's very talkative about what he wants to do. He's redoing his whole side of the room. He talks about 24/7 for the last week now. So yeah. Yeah. So I have to listen and participate in those talks. But, men, they want you listening and talking about their stuff, but they never want to talk back to you about your stuff, and they could care less and don't want to listen to it. So it's just like, I want to talk too. So anyways, I am trying, like, I am so proud of myself on this skinny syrup thing, and the weight's not dropping. That's the crazy part, y'all. The crazy part. But we will get to the bottom of it. And I know a lot of y'all are going to say, it's your sleep. I have tried. I have stressed myself out trying to fix my sleep. Every time I have it fixed again, Dino stays up all night and comes in the room talking to me all night long when I'm sleeping. Or brings the cat in there all night long, one of the cats, over and over again. Let's see if mommy's sleeping. And he says it in the room. So, fixing my sleep, if he's awake, is impossible. No matter what I say, he says it's not his fault. He shouldn't have to be quiet just because I'm sleeping. So, can't fix my sleep. It's just not possible. And then if I do fall asleep and no one wakes me up, I wake up at 3 a.m. and can't go back to bed. Even if I've only been asleep for 2 hours. Then I pass back out around 7 a.m. It's weird. It's been happening that way for over 2 years now. 3 a.m. I cannot be asleep. Also during 3 a.m. I'm shaking. My body shakes. I get really sick. I've gone and checked my ketones at that time. I've checked my blood glucose at that time. But it's normal. Normal. So I don't know what's going on at 3 a.m. I can set my watch to it. 3:05 every single night. I feel sick. Like I'm going to throw up, and I start shaking. And I don't know why. I even stopped and have been only doing 1 coffee a day, wondering if for some reason the coffee's giving me jitters in the night at that time. Still having it. Okay, I've been so good cutting stuff back. I will tell y'all my next step, if my weights don't start going down, since there's no sleep fixing, because I know, like I said, a lot of y'all are going to yell about that. My next step is to cut cheese out. That is my next step. Dairy, other than butter. No heavy cream, no cheese. For a couple of weeks to try. Which will be really hard because I've eliminated so much of my food. Cheese is the only thing making me like my food. But last April, when my weight started moving again during Wendy's challenge, it was a no dairy challenge. Okay? It was butter, eggs, beef, butter, beef, eggs, and keto chow is what we were allowed that month. And my weight dropped so drastically. So that's my next step. Also, I've never been known to really lose weight during these months. These are the months I was normally just getting back from Hawaii. So if I had lost weight, it was tons of water weight. So it might just be a thing. When I go back to all my videos, I'm not really dropping a whole lot during that time frame. So we are not giving up. And yes, I know I need to start building muscle because that will help with weight loss, or at least inches, because the fat will start shrinking into muscle. So yeah, I know all this stuff, but it's still frustrating. So if you're sitting there frustrated and you're doing everything right and you just want to scream and just throw yourself into cake or something because you're so upset and so angry, don't do it. It's not worth it, because you're just going to gain more weight and you're just going to set yourself farther back, like me, like I did when I went 3 months off keto. I set myself farther back. Okay. I thought, hey, I'll just be happy at whatever I am and eat whatever I want. No, not happy. Did not feel good. Still not happy. I'm not happy at this weight because I can't fit any of my clothes. And on days that I swell, I can't fit nothing. So, yeah, that's all I have to say right now. And when I will be eating more, because this was a very small amount of, it was like 2 ice cream scoops worth. But I was hungry, but not hungry, so I just made that. Because of the mayonnaise, the cheese, and a little bacon in it, I call them my fat bomb. Little fat balls, because I don't know how much fat. Today is the only day I'm not putting everything and weighing everything into the app. Super Bowl might have nacho cheese. I haven't decided. Probably not. It would just give me heartburn. And nacho cheese, you have to eat just a very minimum because it's got so many freaking carbs in those too. Dino is also probably doing low carb. Let's put it this way. He says he's keto, but it is driving me insane because he wants to eat all these other vegetables. He's like, they're extremely healthy for you. What do you mean it's not keto? I can have it. It's extremely healthy for you. I'm like, because it's too many carbs, it's not keto. Yes, but keto is supposed to be healthy, and why would they take out these because it's too many carbs? Y'all, the last 3 weeks of this arguing about how many carbs is in certain vegetables and you can't have, or in this or that, and if you want to be keto, you can't have it, otherwise just do low carb, has exhausted me. It is all day. Well, why can't I have this? Why can't I have that much of this? It's an extremely healthy product. I should be able to have more of it. Yes, if you want to be low carb, go right ahead. If you want to be keto, you can't. That makes no sense. Yeah, this has probably been more stressful than him not being keto, to be honest. Because of that reason. Because he wants to argue. Because he doesn't understand. And he thinks I'm wrong. Because keto is supposed to be healthy, and you're cutting out healthy things in his opinion. I keep trying to tell him, keto is healthy because we control our insulin levels, which means you have to eat a certain amount of level of carbs, or otherwise it's not keto, it's low carb, and that is fine. You can be low carb then. That's why I keep telling him he can be low carb. It is okay. You know, if you want to go eat more Brussels sprouts or alfalfa sprouts or this other stuff, go ahead. If you want to be eating more of this or that, like he wants to eat 4.5, like he wants to eat 2 whole bags of those noodles, shirataki noodles, because that's an infant size per bag, he says, and it makes no sense that he can't do it. I tell him he can do it anyways because he's doing net carb keto. So I'm like, that's not a big deal. You can go ahead and eat all that. But then we have to measure out the teriyaki sauce stuff he wants to use, or soy sauce stuff he wants to use, and we have to measure out the carrots, and we have to measure this out and that out, and it's really more low carb than keto. Now, if he was just only eating that one meal, it wouldn't be such a big deal, but he normally eats his bag of Atkins chips, and he has this keto granola. He doesn't eat lots of them, but he still eats with it. And I'm like, all of that, it all counts. It all counts. So when you see his foods, sometimes it's just low carb, not keto. Or not a 20 total carb keto. It's more of a higher, like probably 75 total carbs or something, just depending on what he ate that day. But I'm still proud of him for doing it, but I really just wish he would just, since he really wants certain things, like there's something, daikon, I don't know, there's some kind of root thing he wants, which I've never heard of, but it is not on the keto food list, so I don't think it would be low carb. I don't even know what it is. I don't even know how to spell it to look it up. Can't even pronounce it. It is like 6. This is my only coffee so far today. But I'm going to let y'all go right now before I rattle too much. I think I probably already did. I've also had a very upset stomach for the last 2 weeks. I can't stay out of the bathroom. I can't hold food in. Even a drink sends me straight to the bathroom. So I was expecting those scale to really go down. I am not even holding food in. But forget it. I don't know how it's going up. Everything really is coming back out of me. So, and tried to get a doctor's appointment. Went to the clinic yesterday. Well, not yesterday, but a couple of days ago when my daughter had her x-rays done. And they're like, we only have one doctor. And it's the doctor I don't like. And he doesn't have any openings for at least 6 months. Not 6 months, 6 weeks. I'm like, that's okay. I'll wait for y'all to get more doctors back in. They used to have 10. Now they're down to 1. Alright, 5 years ago, they really thought I had lupus. I was testing positive for tons of stuff. I had all the symptoms, including a butterfly mass. Did keto. All those tests have always come back negative. Haven't had one done in a while. My butterfly mass disappeared. I'm sitting here editing my videos. And guess what? The video you just saw, the whole entire thing, you can see the butterfly mask extremely well. My butterfly mass sometimes would bleed or break out, but most of the time was just red through here. And I don't know if you can see it right now, but I've noticed when I am wearing red lately, this area is way more red and noticeable, like it's pulling it out. I am trying my hardest to find a doctor because I can't get anyone to listen, because I know we all know our bodies by now, especially if you've been doing keto for years. You've been listening to your body this whole time. I knew there's something wrong. Like, I don't get severe depression like I did this year. There's a lot of things happening with me that I don't discuss that just does not happen with me. So, I don't know. Did anyone else see it in the video? Can you see it in this one? Because I don't know right now. I can't really tell by looking at my camera. But literally, I could see the mask. And then when I went and Googled it and looked at my old pictures, other than it's not bleeding, but tons of people don't have theirs bleeding. I don't know. I'm just one of these people. Yes, I have ADHD. I focus on certain things, and there's nothing I can do about it. And right now, I'm hyper-focused on my weight loss and my health, which I don't think is a bad thing. But I'm also not a hypochondriac. I don't want any of these things. I don't want any of these things. I don't want lupus. I don't want Hashimoto's. I don't want any of them. I want them to be ruled out so we can figure out what is wrong. I'm hoping I don't have any of them and we can just figure out what's wrong, because there is something wrong. I don't feel correct in my body. Like, I feel really off all the time. Even when I'm having a good day, I still feel not well. Like, I don't know how to explain it. So I just want to find out what's going on and have it taken care of. I know I've been told unfortunately, they put in my records I have long haul C word. So they are ignoring a lot of stuff when I go in there. They're like, well, you just have this is it. Well, then send me to the clinic at Duke where they are studying it, and maybe they can find out if it really is that or if it's something else. And if it is that, that means it's giving me something. Most people who's got that has not developed Hashimoto's, lupus, severe fibromyalgia, ADHD. My ADHD was never this bad, okay? This past year is insane. Insane. If I don't clip my keys to my purse the moment I enter into the house or get out of the car, I will lose them and have no clue where I put them. My cell phone has to be attached to me. Like, I am having so many issues with not knowing where's my coffee. It could take me hours to find where I set my coffee down in my own house. Or did I put it outside and not even remember doing that? Like, I am having severe ADHD. I can't even explain how bad it is. I've never experienced this in my life. This year has been extremely rough for a year now with it. It's like out of control. So, I don't know. Tell me, did you see it or is it just my computer? So, I don't know.